Well, I'm so very grateful that I have this opportunity to thank all of you who have and will contribute to the Flummerfelt Scholarship Endowment. As you would know, the chance to help young students come to this wonderful place means the world to me. I mean, the giants that came through this place as well. I mean, you think of beginning with all the conductors of the New York Philharmonic, beginning with Bernstein and his Mahler, or the Haydn Mass that we prepared, the Lord Nelson, which went on to be nominated for a Grammy. Boulez, I think of Bach Cantata Profana of Bartók. That composer would be very dear to his heart. Certainly with Der Zubin Mehta, again, Mahler symphonies, Gurlieder. I think we did Mahler 8 with Zubin, as I recall. And again, but all those many, many years where those giants came. I remember one time with Bernstein, I think he and Lukas Foss were on the campus at the same time because the program included the American Cantata of Lukas Foss, which is American premiere. It also included a Haydn Mass. So we rehearsed in the afternoon, I think, and then we went to Ray Robinson's house for dinner. And we walked back, and we got back early, and Bernstein was sitting at the piano kind of singing and playing excerpts from La Boheme. Now, God knows where that came from, but nonetheless, there was Leonard Bernstein playing the piano, singing excerpts from La Boheme. Maybe we're talking about the Italian, who knows? Anyway, and Lucas, who became also a dear friend because we worked together a lot in Spoleto. And then there are the things with Philadelphia. All of those opera recordings, or performances with Riccardo Muti, the Flying Dutchman, or Romeo and Juliet that was nominated for a Grammy, or Lady Macbeth of Verdi. I'll never forget a story with Muti. The first thing we did was the Listfaust Symphony, which only has men. And I remember him coming to me. He said, "So tell me, Joseph," he said, are your women as good as your men?" I said, "Why, yes, I think so." So he said, "Well, next year I want to do Lady Macbeth, Verdi." He said, "Verdi is my meat." Well, we went on and did all manner of Italian operas, and we became very close. And then following Muti was, of course, Sawallisch. And I'll never forget a Missa Solemnis with Sawallisch. And he said, he has been quoted to saying, this was the giant who conducted at Bayreuth when he was 28, for goodness sake, Saying to people that then it got back to me somewhere that collaboration with the Missa Solemnis was a really very, very special moment in his life. Well, you can imagine what that meant to me, that giant work, But again, and he was here, and he would show up. He'd always show up early, so he'd sit on the stage. He'd creep into the stage, and because I would always go to the circle to escort the conductor, but he'd get here early, kind of without letting me know he was doing it. And all of a sudden, I'd look up there, and he was there listening to the warm up, and he was just fascinated with how a choir warms up, Where in the world, Where in the world? What space? What sacred human space can say what this space said? I mean, I can't imagine that certainly maybe some of the great houses in Europe, the great opera houses or concert halls, certainly, of course. But in terms of the people that did it, the young people, the young musicians, the students, and this incredible succession of giants who came here was just, unbelievable. I think of another very, very special moment, which is not related to the musical preparation, but the day of 9/11. And it happened in the morning, and we were all just, in a state of shock and disbelief. And the obvious thing to do was to gather in the Playhouse, and the whole community gathered, and the faculty, students, and Bob said a few things, and I think I may have said a few things, and then the students were invited to make some response, and then we sang the Lutkin. Wow, I mean, in this space, and again the symbolism of the community that so powerfully evoked was just like, whoa, I mean, that piece, which I always called our alma mater, our school song, the Letkin benediction. But that we sang it together, and then people just went quietly. Of course, everything was canceled that day, and went quietly and sort of dealt with their own feelings. I thank you all, and I thank you again all for who have contributed and who will contribute to this scholarship foundation, because it means the world.